This high-protein salad is about to make your week a whole lot easier. That's because you can prep it ahead of time and eat it straight from the fridge for an easy lunch or dinner. It's inspired by the viral salad recipe that everyone's calling the Jennifer Aniston salad. And that's because she once described using these ingredients together during an interview. And I've made my version a little higher in protein, so it has a better macronutrient profile. So hopefully Jennifer would approve. To get started, you'll need to cook 3/4 of a cup of dry quinoa. The best way to cook quinoa is to start by rinsing it in a fine mesh strainer until you no longer see any foam or bubbles on top. Transfer this to a small saucepan. Then cover it with 1 1/4 cups of fresh water. Bring this to a boil over high heat. Once the water's boiling, lower the heat and cover the pot with a lid. Let this simmer for 10 minutes. When your timer goes off, take the pan off the heat, but leave that lid on for 5 more minutes. This will make sure your quinoa finishes cooking without burning to the bottom of the pot. While you wait on that, you can start making the dressing in a large mixing bowl. Start with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, followed by 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Then use a microplane to finely mince a clove of garlic into the bowl. Season with a teaspoon of fine sea salt and a half teaspoon of ground black pepper. Then stir this together. Next, dice a medium-sized cucumber. I like to cut this into small pieces so it easily fits on a fork. I would guess I'm getting about 2 cups of diced cucumber from this one. Transfer it to the bowl of dressing, then dice half of a red onion. Transfer that to the bowl and give the veggies a quick stir. Then add in that quinoa that we finished cooking earlier. Next, you'll add 16 ounces of cooked chicken breast if you want this salad to have 30% protein per serving. I usually make this salad when I already have some leftover cooked chicken on hand. And you can also use hard-boiled eggs or cooked tofu if you want a vegetarian option. If you don't have cooked chicken on hand, I'll show you my favorite way to make baked chicken breasts. This is something we meal prep almost every week. Start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I usually start with chicken breasts that are about 8 to 10 ounces each and roughly 1 inch thick. Drizzle a rimmed baking sheet with olive oil and coat the chicken in the oil. To make a quick spice blend, combine 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and 3/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Stir that together and sprinkle the mixture evenly over both sides of the chicken breasts. Then place them in the oven to bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 22 minutes. If they're on the larger side, they might need 5 more minutes than that. You'll know they're done when an instant read thermometer tells you the center of the chicken has reached at least 160 degrees Fahrenheit. They will continue to cook as they rest on the pan, so it should safely reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit by the time you're ready to slice it. Once you've added the chicken to the bowl, add about a half cup of fresh parsley and 1/4 cup of fresh mint. I like to finely chop both of these up so they get evenly distributed throughout the salad. Next, add a 1/3 cup of crumbled feta cheese and a 1/3 cup of roasted pistachios. Stir that all together to get these ingredients tossed in the dressing. The last thing I'm going to add is a 15-ounce can of drained chickpeas. I like to rinse and drain them well and then add them to the salad for extra soluble fiber in each bite. You can season this with a little extra salt at this point, and then the salad's ready to serve. It makes an impressive dish to bring to a party, and you can also store this in the fridge for an easy meal prep lunch. It will keep well for up to 4 days, and since we made about 4 servings, that should work out to an easy meal for 4 days in a row if you're just meal prepping for yourself. And if you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to check out my others for more.